The fourth And it's very important while you do the conversation, you need to ask at least 2 or 3 questions from the examiner. All these things will be clear to you when you see the video clip of a sample interview. When you are doing the conversation, if you cannot understand something or if you are a little confused, evidently. We'll listen to a lot of English and then improve our
Tell me what I'll do to fulfill their dreams. Tell me about that.
To fulfill their wish, I will work hard, and first of all I must concentrate on my studies, and every day I study for 3 hours.
3 hours every day? So you do lots of study?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And what are their dreams for you? What do they want you to do?
They want me to become IS or IPS.
Why would they like you to be an IS or IPS?
Because I can help people.
Do you like helping people?
Yes, I do. I prefer helping people.
Do you prefer helping people to working as an accountant, for example?
I like both.
All right. So tell me a memorable trip with your parents.
We have gone to Ooty last month.
Ooty? Wow. And what happened in Ooty?
It's a very beautiful place, and I saw a park there. I liked it a lot. It's very beautiful. I saw a frog.
Wow.
I like it, but not very much.
How many times have you been to Ooty?
I have been to Ooty for only one time.
Okay. And do you think you will go again in the future?
Yes, I think I will go to Ooty again.
When?
I don't know.
Okay. And you've put here how I celebrated their anniversary. What happened? What did you do on their anniversary?
We have gone to Venkatesh Grand Hotel, and it's very beautiful.
Wow. How many years have they been married?
They have been for nearly 10 years.
10 years? Wow. And what did you do?
I have made a cake for them.
You made a cake? Wow. Tell me about the cake you made.
They liked it a lot. It's very delicious.
Did you eat lots of cake?
No,
How much cake did you eat?
just one piece.
Just one? Oh, how big was the cake?
this big.
Wow, that's a serious cake. And what happened after you ate the cake?
My parents offered me delicious food and they offered me cool drink also. I like the cool drink a lot.
Okay.
Do you like your parents?
I love my parents. Body hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you prefer when your mother drives or when your father drives?
I prefer when my father drives
Why?
because my mother is afraid and she goes like this, like this.
Okay, well thank you very much for talking to me about transport. Let's talk about something different, and I would like to ask you about special occasions. When's your birthday?
My birthday is on 16th of April.
Okay. Tell me, what did you do this year to celebrate your birthday?
To celebrate my birthday, I called all my friends because I like them a lot, and I have prepared my own big cake.
So you made another cake. Wow, you must be very good at making cakes. And what happened at your birthday?
And we ate lots of cake, and next year also I would like to celebrate the same.
So what will the same? So you will do the same. Will you make another cake next year?
Yes, I will.
And at your birthday, what do your friends do? Do they give any presents or dance, or what happens?
Yeah, they give me presents.
They give you presents. What presents did you get this year?
A large teddy bear.
Really? Wow, fantastic. And what's the best present you have ever had?
My parents gave me a watch.
A watch. Wow, and that's the best.
Yeah.
And what's the worst present you've ever had? A present you did not like?
Nothing.
Nothing? You liked all of them? Okay. When's your mother's birthday?
My mother's birthday is on 4th of March.
4th of March. And what will you do for her birthday next year?
I'll prepare an extra large cake this
A super big cake. I think you like making cakes. And what will you do for her birthday?
I will call her friends, everybody in our street, and it is granny.
Okay, and are you going to buy her a present?
Yeah.
Okay, what will you buy her?
I will buy her a white sari.
A white sari, fantastic. And do you think that on your mother's birthday she will get lots of presents?
Yes, I think, because she has many friends.
Oh, she's very lucky. But do you have any questions for me?
When is your birthday?
My birthday's in July, on July the 6th. And I don't get lots of presents. But I get some. We have finished. Thank you very much. It was lovely to meet you.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.